All right, everybody, welcome back to another episode of Prime Cuts with Captain Beefy. I am Captain Beefy, and we are going to talk a little bit more about hate crimes today. In specific, we're going to look at Jussie Smollett and see what happened since, 24 hours ago when I did the last update on this case. Looks like he turned himself in early this morning, February 21st, 2019, to the Chicago Police Department, and he is going to be charged with a crime. Filing a false police report. I don't know exactly which way they're going to go with all of this, but I just read up a little bit. I've been hearing about it all day long. The police did a little speech about it, and the guy seemed pretty miffed about wasting all that time investigating a crime like this, and he was wishing that people that got shot in his city on a daily basis got as much attention as Jussie Smollett's little scratch under his eye. I think he comes out shaving. Anyway, looks like he's getting $1 million bail. They're asking him to surrender his passport, and he's going to be tried. So this is going to be very interesting. Looks like Fox is going to more than likely suspend him from the show, and we all know what that means. That means he's going to be cut from it completely. Apparently, sources have said that he was dissatisfied with the amount of money he was making per episode, so I guess he was trying to increase his stock a little bit by getting his face and his name out there, in the news. Oh, I'm a victim, hire me, whatever. And I don't know if you watch, if you got to look up the Good Morning America interview with him, and it was just last week, I believe it came out, when he was talking about how hurtful it was, and he cried, but I fought back, because I'm not weak, and he talked about the letter, and would I fake, would somebody fake that too, and all this other nonsense. I mean, he really laid it on thick, and it's pretty freaking disgusting. I don't normally wish bad on people. It's not in my nature. I am a good-hearted person. I may look like a jerk, but I'm a good-hearted person. But I really hope this guy gets sent up the river, because what he did, he did a hate crime on his own right there, man. He vilified Trump supporters, MAGA supporters. He vilified all of us. He tried to throw us all under the bus with this fake hate crime. I hope he gets what he deserves, which is definitely some prison time. Maybe he and old Bill Cosby with the flits and flats and the Wizard of Oz can hang out together. I don't know. But anyway. But very interesting. I think it was yesterday the story broke, and there hasn't been a lot on it about it. Christopher Paul Hasson, whatever his name is, he's a lieutenant with the Coast Guard. And all of a sudden this story breaks out of nowhere. I guess Friday he was arrested, and he had a cachet of like 15 guns and 1,000 rounds of ammunition, which, anybody can have that if they're, a legal gun owner, no big deal. But what he had that really made things interesting was a list of people that he wanted to kill. And this isn't like, your normal list that everybody has in their head, like, oh, the ex-wife, and, No, this had people on it, prominent political figures like Nancy Pelosi was mentioned on it, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, I believe Senator Warren was on it, Gillibrand, Kamala Harris, if I'm not mistaken. And he also went on to mention people from CNN on that list as well. So you got to take that for what it's worth. It's very, very interesting. At first glance, it looks like some crazy ultra right-wing lunatic. And apparently this guy is a self-proclaimed white supremacist, which, again, anytime I hear one of these stories, I'm instantly like, yeah, whatever. Let's get to the real truth of the matter. So we'll see what happens over the next few days as the story continues to develop. If it doesn't really develop, then it's probably just a load of horse crap and, that sort of thing. But what's interesting is the timing. A lot of people are mentioning false flags. Everybody likes to talk about a false flag. When a news story comes up that is designed to take the attention away from something else, and people are thinking that this story is breaking at this time to take away attention from the whole Jussie Smollett case. Now, the Smollett case may be not that big of a deal overall. So you have a disgruntled actor that made some boneheaded plan up and some fake story to get out there and vilify Trump supporters to raise his own stock in the entertainment industry, right? But people are saying there might be more. They're tying it in with the anti-lynching law that Kamala Harris and I think Cory Booker was also pushing really hard to get passed. And, you know, a lot of people are hypothesizing that there might be some kind of connection there. I even read something today that he is her nephew somehow, which, again, I hear these things and I'm not the guy that believes the stories that would suit his narrative. I'm like, yeah, okay, that would be really convenient, but let's really get some proof of that, you know. So whether or not he's a nephew or anything, we do have pictures of him with her in the same frame at different events and so forth, along with Obama as well. So, you know, we do know that he did hobnob with liberals, you know, liberal politicians, but we just don't know, you know, is there a blood relation or not? I don't know. It's kind of irrelevant at this point. But if this was all part of a plot to help push this law through, it's kind of interesting because I don't know about you guys, but I watch and read and listen to a lot of news all day, and you don't hear about too many lynchings very often anymore. You know, it just doesn't happen. It's not that big of a deal. Yeah, it's a horrible thing. I mean, to take somebody out there and lynch them, that's despicable. You know, that's barbaric. You know, and making it a federal hate crime or whatever, I have no problem with that. I mean, if you're going to lynch somebody, you're a pretty despicable person. So, you know, I'm all for it. You don't need to fake some kind of MAGA country lynching in the heart of Chicago on a 20-degree night at 2 in the morning outside of a subway, you know, and it's just stupid. It really is. So anyway, going back to, was it Christopher Paul Hasson? So he has this list of names of people that he wanted to target. And that makes him look super, super, you know, like, wow, this guy's a real conservative. But then there's also been more discovered that he wants to destroy most of humanity, most of the life on Earth. And he's talking about doing it through a biological means or chemicals, different stuff like that. Just kind of some weird manifesto, rant, whatever you want to call it. So calling this a conservative hate crime or whatever, a potential hate crime and all that, no, this guy is just a freaking lunatic who wants to kill the whole world, man. That's really messed up, or even most of it, you know. I mean, you can let the government do that. You know, individuals aren't responsible for that. Let the UN do that with their Agenda 21, you know, population control and all that kind of stuff. This clown's not going to do it. But, you know, there hasn't been a lot of buzz on this, which is crazy. I figured this thing would be plastered all over the place. I figured there'd be, you know, every schmuck and his brother would be talking about it out there. But it's been kind of low-key so far. So it makes me wonder what the truth is behind it, because maybe that list also had Donald Trump on it and Steve Scalise and Ted Cruz and people at Fox News like Tucker Carlson. Maybe it had a lot of people on there, and it wasn't just, you know, Democrats and CNN people. Maybe it was all kinds of people. Maybe it had Colonel Sanders on there and Ronald McDonald. We don't know. So I'd like to see if that full list of names ever gets revealed. I highly doubt it, but, you know, you got a dream, right? So I don't know if we mentioned this yesterday, but there was yeah, we did mention it yesterday about the crime in was it Kentucky with the guy pulling a gun on MAGA hat wearing people. So in any case, the whole hate crime thing is ridiculous. It's out of control, and the hoaxes and stuff like that cheapen it for everybody else. So the next person that comes along and is a victim of a hate crime, whether it be anti-Semitism, you know, racism, anti-black, anti-white, anti-whatever, you know, people are going to be a little, like, skeptical at first. You know, we've been burned a lot this year. Not me personally, but, like, the media's been burned a lot. A lot of these idiot celebrities that want to just sound off on everything. Oh, Covington boy's bad, Trump bad, MAGA hat, new white hood. These guys are idiots. They're just getting burned left and right, and they're losing more and more credibility every day. think. Do a little critical thinking, If something sounds like really out there and really wild, then it's probably not true. There's always two sides to the story, and then there's always the truth that lies somewhere in the middle of all that. So, that's what we need to start doing in this country. We need to stop looking and saying, well, that's a left wing guy, that's a right wing guy, that's a this, that's a that, and just come together a little bit and serve the needs of this country. Because what people need on the left side, we also need on the right side. What do we all need? We want security. We want good jobs. We want, healthy food environment and all that. It's all, it's not rocket surgery, right? Or is that brain science? Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up now. We'll make it a short one today. Go ahead, hit that like button. Leave a comment below if you want to weigh in on the issues and tell me what you think. I always appreciate that. Go ahead and subscribe, hit that bell for notifications, and share us on Facebook, Twitter, MySpace. Is that still out there, MySpace? Yeah. Anyway, go ahead and feel free to share us, all right? In the meantime, everybody, thanks for watching. I am Captain Beefy. This is Prime Cuts, Captain Beefy. Peace out.